Okay, so I just saw Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, and to say about this movie, it was good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I like this movie, but most people are going to try to try to see this movie as if can it hold up to as a sequel to any of the other Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and my own personal point of view. I think it's better than the third one, but still not as good as the first one. Because um, this movie, well, it's a lot more focused than the third one. I mean, the main problem with the third one was that it was kind of mixed up. Like the character allegiances to each other were a little shaky, and even though the character allegiances in this movie are still a little shaky, they're a lot more grounded than they are in the third one, so I'm going to try to stay away from comparing. On a movie on its own, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides is a pretty good movie, but it feels more like they're going through the motions rather than trying to make an original movie. Because I know this is a sequel and all, but it really feels like they're trying to make it more on the fans. Like they're trying to make it have as many Jack Sparrow moments or as many Barbossa moments. I mean, it feels like they they were focused more on trying to make a a movie based on the people's love for the series instead of trying to make an original story. And by the way, this is not an original story. This is actually based on another story. So this is technically a sequel, which is an adaptation of something that's not related to the series. Okay, so the basic story for this movie is at the end of the third movie, Jack Sparrow is on the boat. He's headed to find the Fountain of Youth, and along the way, and this shows like right after, like he's had some problems, so he eventually finds Blackbeard and his daughter, played by Penelope Cruz, and they force him to join because Blackbeard's trying to find the fountain as well. Because there's a prophecy that a one-legged man is going to kill Blackbeard, so he's trying to get the fountain of youth to cheat it. And also, Barbossa's the secondary main character. He's been turned into a privateer to hunt for the fountain of youth in the name of the British government. And the main problem with this movie, I guess, goes to besides the fact that it's trying to, just trying to cash in on the series. The other main problem is that the story feels a little. Sometimes the story feels a little, like it doesn't really make sense. Like, I remember the very intro. There's an action sequence where Jack Sparrow is chained to a chair, and the action scene that follows goes by like Jack Sparrow attacks two guards inside the middle of the room, which is surrounded by guards, and there's this thing where he runs through the table and uses another guard as a lever to lift them up, like, that system. But when I was watching, I was just thinking, can't they just shoot the guy? And there's a lot of moments in this movie where it's like common logic kind of like comes out to you. Like there's a scene where Penelope Cruz is fighting Jack Sparrow inside this room in the back of a tavern, and I'm just going like they're knocking over barrels and yet no one notices that they're fighting. And there's also another moment where the priest guy names the mermaid Serena, and it's like, where did you come up with this name? Why Serena? Why did he fall in love? Why did she fall in love with him when in this movie mermaids are evil? I mean, that's one of the biggest problems in the movie. And the other stuff that I have problems with are mainly nitpicks. I mean, Jack Sparrow is actually a nitpick for me. Like, I like the character, but movie felt like they were just trying to milk this character, like they added too many like comedic moments with this guy, and they tried to really like use as much of the character as possible in this movie. And it's kind of sad because like they could have used some of the screen time they gave to Johnny Depp to some of the other characters to develop them some more. I don't know if that makes sense. But okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. Overall, on Stranger Tides, it's definitely not a bad movie. I mean, it has its faults, and there's some things that could have been improved, but overall, it's not bad. I mean, like, I mean, this is probably the darkest of the Pirates movies now that I think about it, because there was a lot more deaths than there were in the other three, and I know that the first one had like skeleton troops, but this movie had death. Like in the other three movies, you kind of rarely saw someone actually like die. I don't know. That's just me, but anyways, overall, this movie was not bad. I mean, watch it once, and if you don't like it, you know, you're not gonna like it. But if you like it, I guess there's some replayability factor to this. But yeah, that's all I have to say about Pirates.